Okay, so last week we told you that there are a lot of Canadians in Puerto Vallarta, but there are particularly a lot of Saskatchewan Rough Rider fans. Now I'm joined by Jim Hopson. Now Jim is a former player with the Rough Riders, but he's also the former president and CEO of the club. And tell me, we got Rider Day coming up today. There's going to be hundreds of people here. There's Saskatchewan Rough Rider. Tell me about the phenomenon of Rider Day, Jim.
Well, it even caught me by surprise when I first found out about it. But apparently, it's been going on for about 15 years, maybe a little longer. We do have a tremendous number of Canadians down here, especially from Western Canada, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and so on. And I noticed when I first started coming down about it's probably getting to be 10 or 12 years ago or so. A lot of rider gear, a lot of Calgary Stampeders stuff, and so on. And apparently, the rider fans started getting together one day a year, and it started pretty small. Small group meeting at a bar and wearing their rider gear and telling a few stories and putting up rider flag and stuff like that. And it just started to grow. My wife retired in 2010, and she started to go to these parties with her friends and would tell me about them. And every year it got bigger and bigger. And then finally, when I retired in 15, I was able to start coming, and Roger Aldag, Bob Poley, and others had started to come as well. And it's crazy. It's 600-700 people on the beach. They put up extra tents and bring in washrooms and more beer, and sometimes we get Poley to get up and sing, and this year it'll be. They had to postpone it, but today's going to be a good day, and it'll be another great party.
So 600 or 700 Rider fans on the beach in Puerto Vallarta. That's just phenomenal.
Yeah, and we do get some other CFL fans, which is great. You get a few Bomber jerseys and Eskimo jerseys, and we accept that and welcome them
all
into
the
the family.
All CFL fans,
and this year, the Bomber fans will be a little bit cocky because it's their turn. They finally were able to get back to the cup and win it. But it's crazy, and the amount of rider gear. Last week I spent a few days with some folks from Saskatchewan Rider Nation Vacation that Vision Travel put on, and every day they had a new rider outfit: rider bikinis, rider T-shirts, rider swimming trunks, and just it's crazy, but they love their riders, and it's part of what makes the riders unique, I think, in Canadian football.
Now, I know you're no longer president of the club, but you're still involved with the club from this standpoint. And, of course, it was a big year for you. You just were inducted into the Canadian Football Hall of Fame this summer. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so tell us about your experience as a rider, lifetime as a rider, really.
Well, growing up, I never had any belief that I was one day going to play with the Riders. I started late in football. I was in grade 10, and I started to play at Tom Collegiate. Went on to play with the Rams and under Gord Curry, and Gord encouraged me to become an educator and also encouraged me to pursue football. And lo and behold, I went out in '73 with the Riders, made the team, junior protected list to start with, and then on the roster for a few games. And in '74, I became a starter at left guard. Went up with my buddy Steve Mazurek, who was just down here a couple weeks ago, and we played together in the Rams, the Riders. We worked together. But it literally changed my life. Playing football. Even if I had never played with the Riders, it just gave me so much to build on in terms of confidence and discipline and teamwork and all that kind of thing. I just always thought that was kind of be the highlight of my football life. But lo and behold, I retire as a director of education in '04. '05, I'm appointed first ever president and CEO of the Riders, and had 10 wonderful years in which we went to the Grey Cup 4 times and won it twice. Was able to be part of that new stadium, which has turned out to be absolutely wonderful. And it just it sort of keeps getting better and better. The honor of going into the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, that's not something you expect. In fact, it was about a year ago, almost a year ago exactly, they called me down here and told me that it's going to be announced later this year that you're going to be in this year's induction. And you don't expect that kind of stuff. And so for a kid that came to football late, it's been awfully good to me. And I just love the Rider fans. Their passion for the Riders and all things Riders is incredible. It's real bonding, I think, for people in the province, and maybe because so many of us left the province, as you know, and moved out to Alberta. other places, and it was the one thing that kind of kept bringing them back, drawing them back, and that trek back home on Labor Day so they could sit on the hill and watch the riders, and you know, we've traveled fairly extensively, and everywhere we go, there's a rider hat, there's a rider flag. You could be in Germany, you can be in Jamaica, it doesn't matter, and there's another rider.
I've seen the rider hats here, and I see them back in, at the Skydome when the Rogers Center when the Argos are playing. There's lots of rider fans there. They're everywhere, and so. But congratulations, Jim, on being inducted in the Football Hall of Fame, and congratulations on another, I'm sure, successful Rider Day.
It'll be great, and the people just love seeing each other and talking about the riders. Of course, things are going pretty well. You know, we had a good year last year, and young Cody's been great at quarterback. I think Jeremy's done a great job with recruiting, and so. But, you know, it's the CFL, it's the West, and anything can happen.
It's tough getting out of the West, for sure.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
All right.